Hey everybody, welcome to the program WRSA Radio. I'm your host G1. As always, hope you're having a good week and a happy new year. It's 2026. We're getting things kicked off with a very short show today. I'm totally off the cuff today. No script. Just could not be bothered to put together a big production because honestly, the big topic this week is the Somali fraud and the things that are going on in Minneapolis and St. Paul. And now we're finding out that that's happening in Boston and other cities around the country where these groups of Somalis have been placed, fraudulent daycares, millions, billions of dollars. Essentially, the entire GDP of Somalia has been defrauded from United States taxpayers. But you guys have seen all that. You guys have no doubt heard about this. And I don't have a special take on it, a fancy take or a twist or anything. I can't say anything that hasn't already been said about it. So I'm not really going to go into that and get deeply into that. I will tell you, Nick Shirley is somebody who I have watched prior to this coming out and prior to this kind of blowing up. His video at the Quality Learing Center blowing up, he was covering the Portland protests. So if you watch that, in anybody that covered that Portland ice facility protest, you probably saw Nick Shirley. Even if you didn't see his videos specifically, more than likely you were watching a conservative take, a conservative person covering that, and they likely interacted with him. Most of the guys that were down there filming, talked to him, interacted with him, interviewed him, showed, and so they were kind of a little circle down there. So you were probably aware of him before, but you just didn't realize it. But yeah, he's done good work. He's done good stuff, and I think this is good for him. It just kind of shows and proves the uselessness and the completely compromised state of big media and even sort of tier 2 media, the so-called independent media that hasn't been covering this. Nobody has looked at this and dug into this and put anything out about it. It's taken tier 3 YouTube journalists or really independent citizen journalists going out and filming this stuff and digging into it and trying to uncover this. And in fact, Nick Shirley is not the one that did the groundwork for this. He was following up with somebody who had contacted him, who was just trying to use his platform because he got a lot of followers and kind of built his channel on the whole ICE protest and everything going on in Portland, everything going on in Chicago. He was in Chicago for a while as well. So all of that, he had built a pretty good YouTube channel, and this guy who had been covering this in Minneapolis contacted him and said, "Hey, come out here, come with me, and let me show you this and show you what I found." And that's how this blew up. So he didn't necessarily do all of the groundwork, but he brought this to light, the work of somebody else, and he had that guy on his channel. It's not like he was trying to take credit for it or anything, but he was. That's the kind of platform and the kind of voice that that's real grassroots stuff. Okay, we're so accustomed to astroturfed media and astroturfed movements that sometimes we forget that real grassroots stuff is still out there. And it can make a difference. It can be a big thing and bring to light things that you weren't aware of. So congratulations to him. I think this is going to be really good for his channel. And maybe, who knows, maybe this is the catalyst that really wins people over to this idea of, look, we can be nice to people who are in other countries. But that does not mean that we have to let them into our house and let them sleep here and make themselves home and take our food and take everything from us and give nothing back in return. These people have come here. They have defrauded us. They have stolen our money. They have taken advantage of our large gratitude or our compassion, and have stolen from us. And this is unacceptable. And it's not just the Somalis. That's just sort of the target group du jour. There's dozens of other examples of this. Just tons of them out there. Billions and billions of dollars that has been wasted. If you really, the Department of Defense gets a lot of flack and the black budget stuff, which does take a lot of money from the taxpayers, no doubt. But that kind of gets the lion's share of the blame or the focus for people saying, well, this is the MIC, this is where all the fraud is, this is where... Yeah, but there's no doubt trillions of dollars that have just been stolen in these other areas. Healthcare, here we're seeing, social services, housing and urban development, all of those areas. It's all theft. It's all theft. It just proves the old adage that taxation is theft. And this is not even taxes. Our country runs on a deficit because there ain't enough tax money to cover all of this. So if you get rid of all the fraud, all the waste, all the theft that's taking place, all the graft, maybe we would have enough tax money to cover everything, and we wouldn't have to just print money and print money and print money and steal money through inflation the way that the banksters have done to us. But anyway, I just really wanted to come on, do a quick program today so that I put a show out this week. Wishing you folks a Happy New Year. Hopefully it will be better than last year. Who knows? I can't predict what's going to happen next year. We can talk about all the things that may or may not occur and how we would like to see things go, but we don't have any way of predicting those things. We can just cross our fingers and do things that we hope will make a change and hope will go a long way to fix our personal space. So that's what I encourage you to do. Everybody makes resolutions this time of year. I'm not making any resolutions, but I will say that what I am going to do is I'm going to focus on making things good in my personal space, my personal circles, building the networks that I have, encouraging the youngsters around me that I interact with, educating them, getting them up to speed on things, bringing them into the fold, so to speak, preparing them for the future and the changes that have coming, the world that has changed from the time that we were young and the prospects that we had to what they have going forward. That's all that we can do, really. And it's that idea of, sweeping your own doorstep. If everybody does that, it makes for a much more tidy society. That's all we can control is our personal circle. So I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to focus on that and resolve yourself to helping those who are immediately around you, that you have a direct influence on, and that you can make a difference in their lives. So anyway, that is all I have time for this week. Like and subscribe. Come see us over on Gab, Nice Crew, and the Mothership. And looking forward to more and more episodes for 2026. So Happy New Year, folks. That is all I have. See you on the next episode.